Hello. Welcome to another video. And today we're going to talk about money, all about money as an online teacher. Because when you start, probably there is few things that you're not aware about, but there is few things that you need to consider. So we're going to talk about that quickly. Just as a reminder, or maybe if you don't know it, so you still have to pay taxes, right? Especially if you work on platforms. So they take a commission from you, and then you have to pay a commission to your government. I don't know where you're from. I don't know what's your situation, but you still need to pay taxes. So as I say, it seems very appealing to be an online teacher for many aspects of the job, but there is things to consider, especially about the money. On the platform today, according to the big competition, look at it this way. Imagine you work on Preply, your rate is $10 per hour. So when you started, the commission is 33%. So you get 7.6 per hour. Plus, let's say you have to pay 20% of tax to your government. So you work for for $5 per hour. And life goes on. You have things to pay, you have bills. So there is many things to consider when you become an online teacher. Also, when you work for a job, when you work for a company, for me, I mean, in my country, they took the money from your salary, and then if you work like 44 years after, you can get a pension, which is very important. But if you're an online teacher, what do you do? Are you gonna get a pension? I don't know your situation. I don't know where you're from, but there is few things that you have to consider. As I say, it seems very appealing to be an online teacher, especially if you live abroad like me. I live in Thailand. The cost of living is very cheap here. Okay, that's all right. But I need to pay taxes because I've got a company. I still want to have a pension in the future. I don't want to work until I'm 80 years old or plus. So those are things to consider. I really invite you to think about that, make some research, maybe find a way to save money, to invest your money. Uh, I'm probably gonna make video in the future about that. I mean, my first year of teaching, I used all the money. I didn't save anything, but now I changed my mind because I realized those things. Make mistake, learn from it, and move on and do something. Okay, so let's move on to the next part, like what rate? What I mean by that. So as I say, for some people, it is all right to teach for like $5 per hour. I saw like some people teach like $3 per hour with the commission and everything. I don't know what they can live with that. As I say, even if I live in Thailand, the cost of living is very cheap, but I still have a lot of things to pay and a lot of things to think about the future as well. So there is no way I work for $10 an hour. I did it in the past, of course, as a beginner when I wanted to make a name for myself on those platforms, but I quickly increase my rate, and I will give you true strategy and a bonus things that you can do in order to increase your rate in this video. So I saw that so many times because here in Thailand there's a lot of teacher and all online teacher, and they have a limited belief that they don't deserve much money. I don't know why. I saw some teacher that they work like 40, 50 hours per week with a very, very low rate. And so they make the same amount of money as I do. But for me, I work like 20 hours, which is completely insane to me. So I don't understand. I mean, they're a very dedicated teacher, like a nice personality. They've got everything, and I don't know why they say, "Oh no, I don't deserve more money." I don't know if you're in this situation, but please, I'm gonna tell you something very important. Say, here you have to teach values. This is more important. As I say, I'm a French teacher, so I teach French. Well, but I don't teach only French. I really teach value. For me, what I do, I have a curriculum. Uh, each student, I have a note. I have a file where I write everything about that student, and I just remind them all the time that we learn that, we learn that, we learn that grammar point. Yeah, you know how to do that. You know that skill, and this is values. That's what I teach, and I always remind them with that, and they are very happy. After the last thing that I wrote, like look for sign. If a student tell you, oh wow, that's very cheap, That's very cheap. He told you, oh wow, you earlier is very cheap. Now there is no way you can stay at the price. You have to increase it. If even a student, worse, it happened to me once. He said, oh yeah, you only $15 per hour is nothing. I say, okay, okay. So now it's a sign. Look for those signs. You have to increase your rate. Don't even hesitate. That's it. I don't know what to tell you more. You have to think about your future, and the problem is like if there is too much like cheap teacher, like the good ones, they get penalized from it. So we have to find the right balance. For me now, I decided, I commit that I will never ever like have a low rate anymore. This time is over. I'm an experienced teacher, and let me show you what I do and what I did in the past. So the strategy that I'm using right now, it's basically that. So I say, okay, William, I want to teach 20 hours per week. So it depends on the platform as well. So because you have to play the game of the platform. Now I just can't talk about myself for my website. For my website, my rate is the same. I won't touch it. On the platforms, you have to have a different strategy, right? So what I want, for me, I want to teach like 20 hours per week. When I reach that point, 20 hours per week. So, okay, I'm gonna take another example, because for me, I don't really touch my rate anymore because I have like enough students. I have a list of students like waiting for me, so I'm all right. So imagine you're a complete beginner, you on Preply, italki, whatever. So you decide to teach like 20 hours per week, like me. So you first week you have like maybe 12 hours. Second week you have like 15 hours. Third week you have 17. The fourth week, bam, you get like 21. What do? Okay, you increase $2 because you reach your 20 hours. Okay, so for 2 or 3 weeks you have 20 plus hours. Okay, and if you have a little less, you have like 18, let's say, you decrease $1. Okay, it's kind of very, very simple. So if you reach your amount of hours that you want to teach per week, you increase. If you don't have it, you decrease, and you try to find the sweet spot, to find the right amount of money that you want plus the right number of hours. But as I say, it's not that simple. Unfortunately, it depends on the platform, because on italki you can do that very easily, because you do it, and after the student, they have to pay the price that you put. So for example, they buy a 10 lesson package. If at that time your rate was $10, and by that time you increase like for $4, $5, $6, let's say, the next time they want to buy a package is gonna be 16. So it's automatic. You just change your prices, which is fine. But on Preply, it's different. If the student start with you at $10, even if you increase to 16, they're gonna still pay $10. That's why you need to negotiate with the student, and that's I'm going to talk about that at the end of the video. But here's the strategy number 2. For me, that's what I did at the beginning. I start at $10 per hour. I say, okay, when I have like 100 lesson taught, I will increase to $2 or $3. I don't remember what I did, maybe 3. 500 lesson, 1,000 lesson, I increase. It's just an example. You can do like a 50, or maybe you can do like a comment when you have someone give you a review. If you have a 5 review, I move up my price, I increase my price. Maybe I have 10 reviews. Find something that give you motivation, like a milestone. That's what they do in Preply. They lower commission more you teach. I think there is like a 10 lesson, 20 lesson, 100 lesson, 200 lesson, and 400 lesson, or they decrease the commission. I think it's a great idea to use that system. So they decrease your commission, and you increase your rate. So if you do that, the motivation stay very high, which is very, very important. So please do it. Think about that. Make a plan, and stick to your plan. I did that mistake at the beginning as well. I was changing all the time, but when you stick to a plan, that's the best thing you can do, definitely. And last but not least, how to tell a student that you want to increase your rate. So that is my strategy on Preply, because on italki and on my website I don't need to do this, but on Preply I have to do that. So I only increase price of a student that I have for at least 2 to 3 months first. I have them 2 to 3 months. I know we're good together, everything's all right, and I tell them like I give them like a 1 month notice that at that time, in 1 month from now, I will increase my rate, and I don't increase a lot. Like I think the sweet spot, I try to increase $5. Like it was a shock. So $2, say, okay, $3, okay, $4, and they start to not be really very happy. So I think like $3 is the right spot. If you have those students for so many years, maybe you can increase like yearly, but don't increase like 2 or 3 times per year. It isn't gonna work that way. But imagine, look at this way. For me, what I did is like my first student that I have on Preply, they helped me to build my reputation. They give me good review. They give me my first lesson on Preply. So the credibility that I have is because of them. So thanks to them, it's a win-win situation for them. They have a cheap and good teacher, and for me, I've got the reputation and a nice profile. So just $3, it's good. It gives you motivation. It helps you to keep teaching them. And you so be nice. I mean, you have to think that they were here for you at the beginning. They make the teacher you are today. So $3 is nothing. And even if you keep them for a long time at a cheap price, on the way you will get many more students, and more you've got experience, more they will be happy to pay the price that you give to them. So this is my strategy. This is what I do. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. I'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and I wish you to have an amazing day.